Okay, so we're just going to start sitting in a diamond position. If you want to kind of like move your glutes out of the way a little bit to open up your sits bones. Good. So we're going to start just holding on to your knees, sitting up tall, and you want to check out your position of your spine and make sure that your spine is right over your sits bones. As baby gets bigger, we're going to want to move more forward. So we need to pull it back and then feel your abs working through your front, okay? So just starting with a couple of deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, breathing laterally into your ribs, and then exhaling, deepening through the low belly to press the air up and out. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling for length through the spine. And exhale, letting your shoulders just soften down. One more here, inhaling for length. And exhaling. Good. Now we're going to inhale, tilt your head off to one side. And exhale up to center. Inhale to the other. And exhaling it up. One more time on each side. Good, just finding that nice flow through your neck. And up through center. Now we're going to look up and down. So as you look up, think about lengthening your neck to look up instead of just collapsing the neck back. Good, and then lengthen to look down. So imagine you've got a paintbrush at the tip of your head and you're drawing a big rainbow through your walls and through your ceiling. Yes, now I can really see your neck muscles stretching there. It's beautiful. Good, one more, reaching back in front. Good. And then we're going to circle the head. So you can go off to the side, circle down, bringing it around and back and up. Good. We'll do two more in that direction. Making the circles as big as you can so you can start to feel the stretch through your pecs and through your back. Good. Finishing your last circle and then coming up through center. And then reversing it, coming back down, working in the opposite direction. And if there's at any point you need to just stay in one spot and hold and breathe, that is fine. Good, and then finish your last circle. Okay. And bringing it around, back up through center. Okay, so let's just circle out your shoulders and reverse them. Good. Okay, so we're going to come up to a kneeling position now. So you can come up to kneeling, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to press the arms back when you're ready. Sorry. Press the arms back to open the chest and then bring it forward. Inhale to press and exhale forward. Two more. Press to open the chest and forward. Last one and forward. Now we're going to add on the turn of the head. So press the arms back, look in one direction, look in the other direction, come center and forward. And reverse it, press it back. Look the opposite direction. And change, center and forward. Breathing, inhale, pull back. Exhale, look right. Continue with a long exhale as you look left, center and forward. Last one, press it back on the inhale. Nice big long exhales to turn the head from side to side and come back to center. Good. Release the arms. You can keep your toes down, or if you want to tuck them for a little bit of that stretch, we're going to work the sit to the heels and then bringing it back up. So we inhale, sit back, and exhale, press it up. Inhale, sit back, and exhale, squeeze to lift. And you can move your arms as much as you like here. We've got 5 more. Pelvic floor is working to release as you come down and squeeze to lift. 2 more. And last one. Bring it up to stay. Now we're going to pulse the arms back with a 2 inhale, 2 exhale breath, keeping everything nice and firm and strong. We pulse. So Joseph Pilates calls this an internal shower. We're getting your blood pumping. The breath is moving throughout your body as you're working to keep the core strong to stabilize your center. Two more sets. And last one to stay. Good. Now you can bring one foot, one foot's going to stay back, and then we're going to bring the other one forward. You can have those back toes tucked or lengthened down, whatever feels best for you. This is going to be some core work here, but before we start moving the arms, I want you to kind of stack your body up so you're in line on top of your knee. And so the trick to make sure that you're really in line here and that your core is engaged is if you can lift your front leg up to a hover without moving your torso. Yes, it's very challenging to do. You've got to really activate through your pelvic floor and your low belly and your glutes in the back. Good. Okay, so now we're nice and strong in the back. We're going to take your arms out in front and you can clasp them together. Find a spot on the wall in front of you to stare at, and we're going to chop the arms going up and then crossing the body. Inhale it up and exhale back. So you're working to keep your body super, super still as your arms are challenging your core. So you should feel those hamstrings and glutes working nice and hard in your back line. Good, we'll do one more. Now we're going to halo the arms. So you're going to circle the arms up over your head and then bringing it down. And your goal here is the same. Torso stays still, head stays still. And you're going to get that nice stretch through the arms. We'll do one more in this direction and then reverse your circles. Check in with your abs. Are the abs still lifted? You're finding your spot to stare at. Hopefully try to stay still. 2 more in this direction. And last one. And rest. Good. Now you're going to take your outside hand, the one that the leg is behind you, lift that arm up and side stretch over. And you can lean into this a little bit if you'd like. Good. One more breath. And then bring it up. Good. And we'll change legs. Okay, so switching the opposite leg behind you, the other leg up front. And then shifting your weight back. Okay, so usually when we're in this position, I feel like we're usually shifted forward just slightly, so everything's kind of working together. But here, to really work the core and that back line, we need to be actually back in line with your knee. Okay, so we'll lift that front leg up for your test. Lift and lower, lift. It helps to find that spot to stare at. Good, we'll do one more. Yeah, it's hard, it's hard. Okay, so we're gonna bring the hands together and lifting up and away from you, and then chopping down in front. Inhale up, and exhale down. So right now my left leg is back, and my arms are coming up to that left high point, and then reaching down low towards my bent leg. We'll do two more here. And last one, and then we're going to go into the halos. Okay, bringing the arms up over your head, circling it around. Working for the stillness. Hopefully you're feeling those glutes working. Core is lifted. Good, we're going to reverse your circles. Coming out, around, and down. Good, one more here. And bringing it down to rest. Good. Okay, taking your outside hand up. You can shift your hips forward to find your side stretch. Just taking a couple deep breaths, breathing into your ribs. Shift the hips to get a little bit of a stretch through the front. Good, and then release it down. Okay, so we're going to come all the way down to the ground. We're going to come into your sideline position. So we're going to have your head all the way down, and then we're going to have bottom leg bent, and it can kind of come forward a little bit for extra support if you'd like. Top leg is going to start straight. I want you to reach this top leg out, and it can stay on the ground first. And I want you just to hug onto belly. Take a couple of deep breaths here to feel your obliques and to feel baby lifting up. Good. One more breath here to feel your obliques lifting. Good. Okay, keeping your hands on your hip, we're going to keep your top leg in parallel, lifting it up as high as you can without moving the hip. And then lower down. We inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, down. Good. So I like to imagine my outside ankle bone reaching up towards the ceiling, because the tendency is for the leg to turn out here, which makes it a little bit easier. And we want to feel it right here on the outside of your thighs. Good. Working your long, long line. Hopefully you're starting to feel some burn here. Good. We're going to do two more. And then on your last one, you're going to hold it up to stay. Hold it up. Just hold and breathe. Thinking about pushing your leg back just a little bit so you can make sure you feel your glutes active here. Good. And then lower down. Quick little rest. Okay. Now we're going to bring that knee forwards. and you're going to lift it up. Good. So I want you to imagine that there's somebody beside you and they're not 6 feet away from you. So you're just going to kick that person away and then bend your leg back in. Okay? So slowly press that person away to the point where their legs are just behind your hips so you can feel your glutes active, and then pull it in. Inhale, press, and exhale, pull. Inhale, press, and exhale, pull. 3 more, press, and pull, and 2, and last 1, and bring it in. We're going to press it out to stay, turn the leg out, point the toe, and little circles. Got little circles here, just about the size of a golf ball. Feeling your external rotators working, your glutes working, keeping your hips strong to keep baby in. Good, now reverse your circles. Core is working to keep you stable. Good, and lower it down to rest. Okay, so we're going to extend your legs out. You can come at a forward angle, and we're going to go through those quick pelvic contractions. So we're going to quickly engage and release for 10, and then we'll rest, and we're going to do 3 sets of those. Okay, so getting your hips lined up, thinking about engaging all 4 points of your pelvic floor. We lift, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Here we go again. And lift, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And last one. Lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Okay, so now we're going to bring your top leg forward. Give yourself a good stretch here. Reaching that back leg back a little bit. Yeah, well, just do the best you can. I mean, are you feeling a stretch when you just bring the leg forward?
It looks like my belly's
in the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good feedback. If you want to go up, then that's great too.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Good.
Me.
Yeah. Good, good. Okay, now we're going to lower the legs down. We're going to go into tricep presses in this position. So your legs are going to stay bent. Your bottom arm is going to come underneath and kind of wrap to the base of your ribs. And then your top arm's out in front. Okay? Now activate your core, and you're going to press up with your top arm. You're going to press yourself up and then control it down.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is. Press up and down. Good. And do what you need to do with your legs. If you need to stretch your top leg out to help you up, that's fine. Good. Good. We've got 3 more. And 2. And last one, bring yourself all the way up. Good, and down. Okay, so we're just going to stretch it out in the diagonal line. So you can bring your bottom arm back out. Bring your top leg back behind you, and then reach your top arm in front. Good. So what we want to feel here is a deep psoas stretch. Your psoas is the longest muscle in your body. It attaches up at your back, comes kind of through your stomach, through your hip flexors, and then down through your inner thighs. and it can get super tight. Good, and then we'll slowly release, and then we'll come up and off to the other side. Could you guys feel that stretch through the psoas?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I felt really good.
All right, so we're headed back to the other side. I'm gonna do top leg straight. Okay, core is gonna be lifted. We're gonna take a couple of deep breaths, feeling the activation through your obliques. Good, one more breath. Okay, so we're gonna place your hand onto your hip. Make sure the hips are stacked. We're gonna lift the top leg up and lower down. Lifting up and lower. Working to keep your underneath side lifted or active the whole time. And the toes are pointing straight ahead. And you can either be in a flexed, I prefer a flexed position through this to activate my quads a little bit more, but if you want to point your feet, that is okay too. Working lots of reps here. Good. And you'll notice one side might be stronger than the other. I'm going to go 4 more. And 3, 2, and last one. Lower down and rest. Good. Bring the leg in, pound it out if you need to. And then we're going to go into bending the top leg, bringing that knee in towards the chest a bit. And then pressing it back behind you. Inhale, bend it in. And exhale, press. Inhale, bend. And exhale, think about pushing away 100 pounds. Good. And control to bring it in. So you're really working that effort in both directions. I've got 2 more. And last one. See if you can keep it out there. Point the foot, turn the leg out slightly, and little circles circling out. Going as quick as you can to get all these muscles firing. Good, and reverse your circles. Good, and rest. Good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and straighten the legs out, or just relax the legs for your pelvic floor lifts. We'll do 3 sets of 10 again on this side. Here we go. We lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. And lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Last one. And lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Okay, so go into your hip stretch here. You can bring that up to the side or in the front, whatever feels good for you. Good. And then when you're ready, reach that leg behind you. rotate the body slightly. And you can crawl the fingers out to feel that stretch. One more breath. Good, and bring it up, and so you can release that. Okay, so we're gonna come up into a quadruped position. So you're on your hands and knees. And we're gonna start with just some cat-cow. So I want you to think about your sits bones tonight, or today, with the cat-cow. So closing and opening. Often we think about the spine moving, but today I want you just to change your attention to your sits bones and pelvic floor. Okay, so we take an inhale to round and close the sits bones, lift the pelvic floor, and then release and expand it out. Inhale, close and deepen, lift up the baby, and exhale, reach. Two more. Round and lift. And bringing it out. And last one. And stretch it out. Good. So we're going to go into forearm, like push-ups here, okay? So you're going to bring your elbows are going to come out to the side when we go through these push-ups. So we're going to start 2 legs, then we're going to go to single legs, and then we'll go back to 2 legs. Okay? So we lower down, inhale down, and exhale lift. Inhale down, and exhale lift. Okay, so you're still keeping your abdominals lifted and engaged. Ribs are closed to support your back. And then this position's not going to put any unwanted pressure on your abs like a regular plank would. Okay, last one here with the full range. And then we're going to come down to halfway. I want you to think long neck, reaching the elbows out to your side, and then little tiny pulses. Good. And now hold, hold, hold. Find your shoulders down, back is wide. Yes. And now press it up to release. Okay, we're going to bring one leg back behind you. And then the elbows, we're going to do tricep push-ups here. Okay, so elbows point straight back. And you've got this nice long line from your toe to your head. So you want to try to keep that hamstring glute connection working as you lower yourself down and then press it back up. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. Good. Gluing the elbows in beside you as you lower down. And then with the leg extended behind you, think about it being internally rotated. And that should bring you to a nice parallel position so you can feel more inner thighs and glutes working. One more with this side. We're going to lower down halfway. We're just going to hold this position. Good, and lift it up. And lower the leg down. Good, so hopefully you felt some glute there and some triceps. Okay, other leg. So bring your other leg back. Abs are pulled in. Same thing, we're going to go to the tricep push-ups. Elbows come straight back. We inhale, lower down, and exhale, lift. Inhale down, and exhale, lift. Good, try to glue the elbows in beside you. Doesn't matter how far you go down, what works for your body today. We'll do 2 more and then hold. Good. Okay, down to your halfway point. Work the leg up behind you. Squeeze those elbows in beside. And release it down. Good. Let's open the legs wide. Good. So you're on your knees and your legs are extended out wide. Good. Okay. So we're just going to shift forward and back. You're going to shift forward with your hips and then release it back. Inhale, shift forward. And then exhale, as you shift back, think about reaching your fingertips away from you to stretch out your back. Inhale, reaching forward. And exhale, shifting back. One more here. And then shift it back. And bring yourself back up. Bring your knees kind of into the middle. Back to like your normal quadruped position. And we're going to internally and externally rotate your knees. So your knees are going to come in as your feet come apart. Good. And then bringing them back in so the toes touch. So you're going to turn out and then in. Good. So you should feel your hips rotating in your socket and your sits bones also moving. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go to the internal rotation where your knees are out. I'm sorry, your knees are pointed in and your toes are out. And then lower your feet down. And then we're going to do that same shifting back and forward again. So you're going to shift back.
I'm sorry, our knees are touching right now?
They're not quite touching, so good question.
They're pretty close.
Yeah. They're more narrow than your hip width apart.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Good. So yes, so your knees are going to be internally rotated as you lower down in towards your child's pose and then reaching it back up. So this internal rotation is something that we don't do often, but it is very important to have that mobility with pregnancy and keeping your hips nice and mobile and open for birth. Okay, we'll do one more here. And then bring it up. Good, and then you can release. Okay. So we can come back up to your diamond. You can grab your towel. And you can do this sitting if you'd like, on a chair, or if you guys are still comfortable on the floor, that's great. For your diamond shape, your diamond is the length of your forearm, so you can go ahead and just check that. From like pubic bone to heel.
Okay.
Or belly, yeah. Yeah. I just don't want you in really tight here.
Okay.
You're just going to be out a little bit more. Good. Okay, so you're going to grab your towel and you're going to find your hand placement, which is a little wider. Yeah, it's the double the length of your shoulders if you guys want to test that again. So you can fold it in half, find your folded end on one side, come across your body, find the hands on the other shoulder, drop the folded end, and then open it out. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 braids in. I kind of just eye it. Yeah. And you can always make adjustments too. Okay. So finding yourself up nice and vertical so you're not shifted forward. So typically if you lean back a little bit, then you feel your core activate, then you know you're vertical here. Okay, we're gonna pull this taut. Inhale, pull, and exhale, controlled release. Pull, and release. Pull, and release. One more here, and release. Now we're gonna pull taut to stay. Hold it taut. We inhale, tap the knees, and exhale, lift up overhead. Inhale, lower to tap, and exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, and exhale to lift. Two more. And last one. We lift up to stay. Growing tall from your side seams. So think about really lifting up from the side seams of your shirt. We release the towel and then pull it taut. And release and pull it taut. Think about your shoulder blades wrapping down and around so they're not up next to your ears. So you should feel your sides and your back working to pull the towel and not up in your neck. One more. And release. Good. And slowly lower down and shake it out. You can do little head circles there too. Okay. So we're going to bring your towel back up overhead. Pulling your towel taut. Deepening through your abdominals. We inhale, pull the towel to the chest and look up to the ceiling. And exhale, press it back up to the ceiling. Inhale, pull down to the back of the neck. And exhale to press. Inhale, pull to the chest, look it up. And exhale to press. Good. Keep moving through this. Working the articulation of your cervical spine. And then pushing and pulling through space. We'll do one more set. Good. And then pull back behind you to stay, and then you can lower the arms back behind you. Good. Now you're going to wrap your hands. So if you're out here, that's where you kind of ended, and you're going to wrap your hands in, and you can bend your elbows just slightly. Okay. We're going to lift the towel up to stretch through the front, and then lower down. So your elbows are bent out to the back, and you're still pressing out into the towel as you lift and lower. And your core is engaged in front, so the ribs are still together, so you should get that nice stretch through your pecs.